And as I mentioned, now we're all aware that there is economic equality in this world that we live in, but have you ever considered all the possibility that are disparities that extend beyond the economic disparity? Well, I'm confident that many of us here, including the upcoming speakers, are working very hard to make the world a more inclusive place by closing gaps in many, many areas, including digital access, financial opportunities, and the gender equality. Everyone, let's welcome with me by putting your hands together Ms. Nadia Ismati, co-founder and CEO of POD. Welcome. Please join us on stage. Ms. Lumbie Mlambo, founder and CEO of JB Dondolo, and Ms. Pawasha Faison, senior manager of corporate and investment banking of Habib Bank. Taking charge of moderating this session will be Jennifer Tan, the head of 10 times 1,000 of Tech for Inclusion and also the chief executive of Alipay Financial Services Hong Kong. Ladies, I will hand the stage over to you. Thank you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, good afternoon.
All right, just making sure that we have all our microphones all good. Is there no sound coming out of that one? All right, let's try mine. Would you like to try mine as a start? Perhaps there's some glitches happening here. Let's try mine.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, much better. Yeah, yes. Good afternoon, everyone. What a sunny day, huh? Actually, I'm really excited to be here. Not only just because, I have a chance to have a panel discussion with three outstanding ladies. And also I am told that this is the only all-women panel today, okay? And of course, other than that is because we four are all alumni of 10 times 1,000. Okay, maybe some of you not know about what is 10 times 1,000. Actually, this is a philanthropic initiative between Alipay and the International Finance Corporation back in 2018. And these three, actually they are our first batch alumni. And the objective of 10 times 1,000 is to bridge the digital gap and also to nurture not less than 1,000 tech leaders or digital talents, in the coming 10 years. And we already have over 5,000 alumni from, close to 100 countries. And today I'm very happy, to have a chance to discuss with our, these three alumni. And I say, okay, probably I understand some of you are first time to Hong Kong. So maybe I give you each 1 minute to introduce yourself. How about starting from Pawasha?
Thank you so much, Jen.
Yeah, it's no sound. Yeah, you try? No sound, I think.
There's no sound.
Yeah. You try again?
Technical difficulties. Would you like to share a mic temporarily while we kind of fix everything?
Okay. Why don't we share? Yeah, okay.
We'll fix that here. Actually, I'll take your microphone.
Thank you so much, Jen. It's a pleasure to be in Hong Kong representing my country, Pakistan. I'm Pawasha Faison. I have 7 years of digital financial inclusion experience in my country. I've launched 3 fintech applications, and now I've transitioned into a corporate and investment banking role. This is a very intentional choice on my part because I felt that digital inclusion requires a sustainable business case, and I'm in my early years of experience, so I just want to gain some perspective on how the financial world has cracked the profitability use case. And as I gain my learning, I do have the digital side intact, but I do want to learn more about how to make sustainability, introduce sustainability in business cases when it comes to digitization. So in my country, we are the 5th largest population with 50% female penetration. So it's really, really important to have the female perspective. So I'm humbled and honored to be here sharing the stage with these wonderful ladies. And obviously, the 10 by 1,000 platform is a great platform through which we met online, but I feel like we have known each other all our lives. So thank you so much for having me.
Hi, my name is Lumbie Mlambo. I'm the CEO and founder of JB Dondolo. So we work to eliminate the lack of access to clean water for millions of women and girls in Zimbabwe by providing sustainable water solutions so that they're customizable in the communities.
Testing. 1, 2, yep.
We've seen that women spend a lot of time collecting water, up to 10 hours a day. And they cannot afford to focus on themselves to gain the skills that they need to start their own businesses. We've seen also that girls skip school due to lack of water when there's no water in the schools. So where we come in is that we've seen that when we provide access to water, we can reduce the distance that they walk to less than half an hour a day. And that, in turn, allows women to produce income on average from $0 to $15 a day, and allow women to start businesses and girls to go to school. So we're not just in Zimbabwe. Actually, we're looking to span across Zimbabwe to other countries in Africa and all over the world. And I'm very grateful to be here. Thank you so much.
Hello. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. I'm Nadia. Pleasure to be here with everyone. So I run this platform, a fintech company called Pod. We are a financial well-being platform to help the underserved to get access to financing. So we help them to save money, borrow, build credit trail, consume other financial products, all through digital platform. We started in Malaysia, and now we've also entered Indonesia, but we have a regional focus to basically enable the likes of farmers, your food delivery riders, freelancers, self-employed individuals to get access to the right financial product at the right time. Prior to this, I was in asset management, so capitalistic. We were basically helping pension funds and central banks to get access to investment vehicles. And at that time, the only Python I know was the snake. Now I learned that it is also a computing language. So then we started in 2019. My co-founder and I, and to date we have serviced over 70,000 people who previously could not get access to any form of financing. We help them build credit trail, and I've been enjoying the adventure and really looking forward to connect with some of you.
Thank you, thank you. We can see, a very interesting, self-introduction of 3 different countries, 3 different background. So you can see the diversity. Pravasha, since you sit next to me, so I ask you the first question. Okay, in your career pathway, did you come across or you face any challenge about gender inequality, and how did you overcome that?
Thank you, Jen. This is a question very close to my heart. So as I said, Pakistan is 50% female, but only 20% of my country's females have employment opportunities in the formal labor force. So meeting a woman like me or senior women like me is rare for our male colleagues. So of course, there is a very strict code of how a female should behave in my country, and I don't adhere to that code. So gender inequality at workplace was first introduced to me when a coworker just said, Palvasha, your voice is too loud. Maybe you should talk softly. And I remember thinking that I'm not looking for personal feedback. That was my response to him. And I think that is a very, very important response. Because overcoming this sort of first introductory barrier of who the woman is who's coming to a workplace and finding her place, I think it's really important to not question yourself, not doubt yourself, and use your voice. I like the fact that I have a loud voice. When I'm trying to make a point, that's how I communicate my passion. And that is what translates into my career choices as well, what I've been able to do in my professional life as well. And when that happens, there's always somebody who's telling you to be more polite, more soft, more mute. But I would suggest to all the ladies to please take your space, sit at the table, use your voice, and don't lower your voice for anyone. Because you know yourself. I think everybody knows exactly when they're trying to make a point, when they feel passionate, how they feel, and that is just who they should remain true to. Other than that, I also feel that when women enter workplaces, we are often told to conform to certain gender roles, like take minutes of the meeting, or book the meeting room, maybe get tea because those are maybe the norms in our society. But it's really important for our fellow colleagues to unlearn those things at a workplace, because strategically important decisions are very, very important for women to be a part of, especially in my country where there is a profitability use case because 50% of the population is female. So it's really, really important to identify these gender inequality nuances and to address them in a way where you bring your best self forward, because thousands of people could have joined that workplace or could have been that founder, but it's you who's sharing the stage. So I think taking that space and using your voice is extremely important.
Yes, actually, I think we should not restrict by those stereotypes. Women must do this, must be a very gentle, soft, or need to have low voice. Okay, so Lumbia, we understand gender inequality actually is not only limited to workspace. Actually, also affect other aspects of our society. So I understand you have been working actively to advocating for women and girls. So can you share your personal experience on that with us?
Absolutely, Jennifer. That statement is very true. Gender inequality stretches all across. It's not just limited to the workplace, by the way. We see that in communities, like in communities where I work, like I was saying earlier, women and girls actually walk distances up to 18 miles a day to collect water. So you tell me, so if they're spending that kind of time collecting water and girls doing the same thing, what time do they have to focus on themselves, to gain skills for themselves so they can, become educators, start their own businesses, and so forth? And what time do girls really have to go to school? So when you look at that, really, it puts people in a bracket as if the collection of water really is for women. Come on now. The collection of water is for everyone. Imagine what that would look like if everybody in the family, everybody, had that responsibility, shared responsibility, and they all collected water, a shared responsibility where my brother collects water, my sister collects water. Then women wouldn't be so left behind. We wouldn't be sitting here today discussing this topic. So, yes, water in my country and everywhere else, all over the world, keeps people behind, and it's an inequality for all. So, not just that, but if women are not educated, then we're talking about inequalities in education, inequalities in healthcare, inequalities in opportunities. So we don't have that fair or equal distribution of wealth and benefits. So yes, it spreads all over, be it women in Pakistan, for example. I was talking to Palwasha, who cook all day, spending time in the kitchen baking bread, or wherever you are. It is an inequality. And I think when we come together, we just need to shift the way we think. Let's think equal for all, equal everywhere. If we think that way, then we can all achieve this goal that the UN already started, to all advocate for one thing and one goal, to be equal everywhere.
Yes, thank you very much. Hey, Nadia, I would like to ask you a question about this financial divide, because I understand you have been working very hard on this area in order to addressing the issue. So can you share with us, what you are doing and how you achieve that?
Thank you, Jen. When we first started, we built our own app-based platform. So basically, our idea is people could go to this app, start saving money towards whatever they care about. It could be, a vacation, buying a new gadget, what have you. And then they can get access to other financial products like financing, insurance, small micro investments. But then we realized actually the adoption was relatively low, simply because there's a lot of friction. Because when you're building financial products and services, convenience is one thing, but trust is very important. So the trust currently that majority of the people have is actually with the established financial institutions. But established financial institutions struggle to create a very user-friendly platform and engagements that basically people want to interact with digital platforms to do basic services. So we found a nice way to combine the two, where we started breaking down our tech, our app, into embedded finance model. So what it means is that basically from your gaming app or social media, etc., you can get access to financial products and services because nobody wake up thinking about, I should get insurance today or I should start saving money. No, people wake up thinking about how to make more money and how to spend money. So if you interact with people through the platform that they're already familiar with, high net worth people are passing through. So basically, if let's say you allow people to consume financial products through the touch points that they already are familiar with, it makes it a lot easier for adoption. So what we've done is we integrate the savings, financing, credit scoring, building tool into rider apps. So Shopee Food Panda riders could now get access to basic financial services directly from the rider app itself. So you don't need to educate them on how to use our app. They can just use the app that they currently use to make money to basically consume financial products and services. I think that was probably one of the things. If you don't remember anything I'm telling you, embedded finance, go and look it up and try to figure out how you individually can be part of that or contribute to embedded finance because it makes a lot of difference for inclusion.
Thank you very much for what you have done, to help those female and or the general public how to achieve that. And, you talk about the fintech, and perhaps I understand you work for a bank, okay? So I would also like to know, for a bank, you mentioned about HPL, also, they have taken some initiative, try to address this issue. Can you share with us?
So HPL calls itself a digital company with a banking license because that's an aspiration that we aspire towards as employees. So we came up with this smart disbursement module that enables us to target the underserved communities and give them digital subsidies or social security disbursements that were previously cash-based. This is one of the recognized to be one of the most transparent technologies to give funding to any sort of underserved communities within Pakistan. One of the examples, very successful examples, that was also recognized by the World Economic Forum was the Benazir Income Support Program, where we use biometric verification with live finger detection capabilities to disperse funding to rural women of Pakistan. Around 3 million plus women could access this social security disbursement with a complete amount in their hands and financial independence. So it empowers people to financially take decisions, to make choices, and enables women to have some sort of financial freedom within their households. We tried this previously, the government tried this technology with debit cards, but debit cards cannot be in the woman's possession all the time, right? In a patriarchal society, it's okay to, it can happen that the man in the family, the head of the family, can just take away that power. But the power of biometric is not something that you can take away. We used a similar technology for farmers of Pakistan, where we launched the first digital farmer subsidy program, where they could get point-of-sale discounts for their fertilizer inputs for their farms. So we benefited around 300,000 farmers through this program. And we used the similar technology to transfer emergency COVID funds to 12 million households. So HPL invests in sustainable technology, and I love to be part of use cases where we act responsibly, we ensure transparency, because we all know that there is a lot of leakage attached to development funds being dispersed in rural communities. So I take a lot of pride in the responsible financial inclusion that we have been a part of. Yeah,
thank you very much. Lumbie, actually in last session, you're talking about digital technology, riding on digital technology can improve the quality of life. You're talking about healthcare, you're talking about, what you have done, for the water quality. There's always talking about, is the good or bad for the digital technology? Whether it really, help us to close the gap, or it creates some other issues.
Jennifer, that's a very good question. The impact of digital technology depends solely on how it is used and implemented, okay? When used correctly and inclusively, digital technology has a tendency to improve access to education, access to healthcare, and access to global opportunities. And hence, it also means that, everybody has shared wealth, equal wealth, everywhere. On the other hand, if it is not planned correctly, it means that it could further create challenges for those who lack access and skills to leverage these digital technologies. So, the way we need to go about this is that we need to implement digital technologies that include everyone and leave no one behind, so that we're not talking about this topic ever again. Now, for the communities that lack access to clean water, technology is going to be a big thing. Actually, quite frankly, I think it's going to be a game changer going forward. Because for my company, I'm already implementing water technologies so that it includes women and girls, so that they don't have to travel so far. You know, I don't want them to be ever without water. I want sustainability, affordability, and accessibility. So I do see that in this case, digital technology can be a game changer. I know we're waiting for the helicopter to pass through. But
we are near a very,
having said that,
5 or 6 stars hotel, so they have their own helicopters.
Having said that, I want you to imagine what this would look like. If there's so much time saved that women and girls are spending right now, if all this time is saved and channeled towards training and education, not only would we create a lot of jobs, but also think about this. Women and girls will have a huge space to play, to participate, and be counted in the global economy. So that's why my company is always actively looking out and seeking out to collaborate with technology companies for innovative solutions. Because I know that only through technology can we actually make a change so that everyone has access. And I mean everyone, by that I mean we all have one common goal: to implement technologies that move us forward and don't leave anyone behind. And that is the only way forward.
I understand I'm running out of time, but I would like to have the last question with Nadia. Based on your experience, how will you drive, or what you have any way to help to solve this digital equity and also the financial inclusion?
That's a very good question. I think digital equity is very important. If anything, pandemic taught us that everything digital is crucial for inclusion. So one of the things that I think is very important, people to have to realize that no single entity could single-handedly take on digital inclusion. So it has to be multifaceted and collaborative effort amongst government, private sectors, NGOs, to be able to do this in a cost-effective manner and efficiently. So one of the things that I would like to, again, re-emphasize, that I only one message, which is embedded finance. Why I mention this over and over again for founders in the audience is because everyone keeps talking about sustainability today around business model and figuring out how do you monetize data. And I think digital inclusion, or narrowing the digital divide, is one of the ways by which you could create platforms that basically make you a pseudo fintech company where monetization could come in almost immediately as you have audience on your platform, and use that data to kind of provide the right products at the right time, because you have access to this kind of customization, personalized approach. So it is a combination of a few people having to narrow the digital gap. And I invite all of you to think about your respective role as individuals or as corporations within your organization to create this change to promote for better inclusion.
Yeah, thank you very much. Actually, sorry for the sound issue at the very beginning, but you guys sharing are very, inspiring. And once again, I think we, would like to give you a big round of applause. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for your sharing.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, ladies. And thank you, Jennifer, for being our moderator. Everyone, please return to your seats. Thank you for the sharing once again.